What's up, everyone? We're starting our new hardcore series today. Gonna be making a new world, as I said, to be hardcore, so we're keeping it, pretty challenging on ourselves. I'll be able to use, anything that Minecraft has, whether that be totems or anything else that keeps me from dying. I'm gonna keep it all on default and just keep it vanilla. I thought about adding in some data packs, specifically from the vanilla tweaks that Xumavoid uses. And after thinking about it for a bit, I was like, no, I'll keep it, straight vanilla, straight Minecraft. That way nobody, thinks I'm cheating or just using things that give me a specific advantage. Everything else is just going to be, generic and what it automatically sets to. World types default and hardcore, as I mentioned. So let's start the series out. It's going to be super great. And, I have high hopes for what I'm going to be building, making, and doing in this world. But what is this spawn? I'm in an ice spikes biome? No way. I feel like these biomes are rare enough to find, like, traversing through a world and flying with an elytra, but to spawn right in one, that's gotta be pretty uncommon. But I think my first item of business is going to be to find a village, because if I'm spawning out here, I don't think too many mobs spawn, like cows and sheep and all that. And I'm gonna need food if I plan on surviving, past even night one. But the way the series is gonna work is I'm just gonna play it one day at a time. So each day is gonna be one video. Setting myself, a 20-minute timer, and as soon as the timer goes off, I'm gonna be stopping it. I almost ran into that guy without even realizing it. The white fur blends right in with white snow. It makes it super hard to see any of the stuff coming. But as I'm running, I'm starting to think, like, maybe I should grab some wood before, I don't know. Then I can start crafting stuff on my way. If I see anything useful as I am running around, I can grab it real quick. I really don't know. This is not, the start I was looking for. Oh, I think I see a house all the way out there in the distance. So we're going to run towards that, and hopefully it is what I'm thinking. Got myself some fireflies. It's going to be super useful. Just going to give me a few seconds to run over there. It's pretty far off in the distance. I think I have my render distance, up to like 25 or 30 something. So who knows how far and how long this is going to take to run over. But as I'm running around, I still only see snow. I thought this was going to be like a less snowy area, but as we run by, you can kind of tell that there's definitely snow on those treetops. So maybe we're going for a winter thing. December's already over. I feel like Christmas time has passed, so maybe I'll try to look for somewhere else, and, we'll settle into like a more Valentine's theme or something that fits around this time as I'm recording in just January. But anyways, looks like we're at a village. It looks pretty small. I'll grab myself a pumpkin in case I want to farm some pumpkins later on. Stay growing anything useful, just potatoes. I feel like it's like one of the worst food sources in this game. At least we got ourselves some bread. Now that I'm here, I feel like I should definitely grab some wood. That way I can craft myself a pickaxe, an axe, and mine through these blocks just a little bit faster. Because I will admit it's a little tedious, waiting what feels like the whole 5 seconds. It's probably only like 2 to mine each of these chests. So now that we got this stuff crafted up, axe, and I'll go ahead and do a pickaxe now too. We can mine just a little bit faster. Anything in here? I'll grab myself a bed. Next house that I can check is going to be right in here. And they do have one more chest. I didn't see anything useful, just some armor. Is there a chest in here? No, but there is a blue bag, which might look a little bit better than my white. But since I'm not, a super aesthetic inducing person, I'm just going to stick with my white bed. Let's try to grab some stuff fast and keep running on. The plan is not to stay here for too long of a time. I'm not even going to bother working on grabbing that. And the last house, I might as well grab a furnace. I'll actually grab both just to, have it so I don't have to mine an extra 8 cobblestone and make another. But that was kind of disappointing. I was expecting a lot more to come from that. This is really unfortunate. I must admit, like, whenever I play on my own when I'm not recording, I actually get great spawns. Usually I'm, like, right next to the village, and it's in a really beautiful area. But I'm gonna be honest, I do not like where we're starting this one off. I do see some hills off in the distance, but I don't think they're gonna have anything that I don't already have. Oh, actually, I do see a village on the side of this hill. So we're gonna run over there, see if we can double, more or less double the stuff that we have already. And hey, we might be able to survive our first night as it comes around. Because looking at the sky, it's about noon. And that means we're already about, I want to say 7 minutes-ish into this Minecraft day. Oh, don't want to get too close to him. I don't want to run into another polar bear like I almost did earlier. Dying on day one, now that would be embarrassing. I feel like dying in day one is only permissible in, you know, a game like Ark, because literally everything in that game is trying to kill you. At least in this game, there's friendly villagers. Nothing. Got one chest. I'm gonna steal this guy's torch. I do believe there's chests that spawn in this building, but I can't quite remember. Barrels. Yeah, we'll go ahead and grab some. I feel like they're a little bit more aesthetic than just placing down a chest, but it depends on what you're doing. I probably will just use the chest because I feel like it brings back the nostalgic, classic feel of Minecraft. Everyone's familiar with what a chest is and the purpose that it serves. More potatoes. Don't really need those. I'll eventually make a potato farm, but I feel like carrots would be a more useful food source for myself, especially at the beginning. Jumping around these other houses, see if we can grab some quick items. Hopefully something other than pants. No piece of armor. What about in this one? Didn't see anything besides emeralds pop out. Hello, Mr. Cat. I don't think I'm going to get netherite anytime soon, so we're just going to leave that. I don't think it's going to be too useful to be carrying around with us this entire time as we trek across this huge icy wasteland. Hello, Mr. Pig. Oh, looks like one pig died back here. And I guess we got the last house that I don't think I've checked. Just more potatoes. You know, I would die for some carrots. I feel like they definitely fill your hunger bar up a little bit more than potatoes do, and you don't have to worry about smelting them. So I feel like carrots would definitely be my preferred food source. But I'm not seeing any. We're just going to keep running. And honestly, as I look at these mountains, they do look pretty cool. We could definitely set up, you know, on the side of one of them or even on top. Although I will admit, I've done mountaintop bases in the past, and it always annoys me running up and down them every time, you know, you gotta go do something. And it only really becomes, what's the word I'm looking for? It only really becomes, like, convenient once you have an elytra. But we're gonna go check it out. Hopefully I don't run into too much powdered snow and sink and fall to my death. I can hear some skeletons as I walk around. I'm a little nervous that one can come out and hit me just because I really don't have a weapon. I guess I have my little wooden axe, but it still probably only does a little bit more damage than just my fist. I would love to find, like, I don't know, maybe another structure, something that can, definitely like a village with carrots, but hopefully like a structure that has a little bit more loot for me. But I'm not seeing any structures over this way. Keeping my eyes peeled on the edges of my view. I do have my FOV turned all the way up. I feel like it just makes it more convenient when I'm, you know, basically doing everything in this game. I feel like I can see more, and the game just looks a little bit more I feel like the game looks more quick because of the way that the camera zooms. But looks like it's just going to be an icy wasteland forever and ever. I was hoping to find like one more village before the sun sets, but I think we're going to have to hunker down sooner rather than later. So we're going to go over to this cave on the side of this hill, see if there's some quick resources we can grab without, getting blown up by a creeper, getting shot by a skeleton, because that would end this series a little too quickly. There is coal right in this wall. I might just come back for that later. But we need to get underground fast, or else we are going to die to mob spawning here in just a couple of moments. So let me grab this stuff real quick. I feel like I should know this off the top of my head, but I'm not sure if mobs can spawn on ice or not. I'm worried that, I have an idea that I could like run out on the ice, but if they start spawning all around me, I might be in trouble. So let me grab these few trees. We'll craft ourselves just the necessities to get us through one night. I'll probably go mining for a little bit. Not going to be super entertaining, but that way, at least we'll have some stuff and some productivity during our first Minecraft day. Oh, there's a little goat up on the hill. Well, I don't see any coal down in this little area. Do I just keep running? I don't have a ton of food, but I might just keep running in hopes that I find a village. But before we go, let me grab the coal that was on the side of this little hill. And look at that. I think that's our first achievement. Yeah, that's our first achievement. Stone Age. And we're already like 10 minutes into this. That's crazy. Can't believe I've taken this long. And what did I say? I was going to need a stone pickaxe to get this coal. One, two, just 2 pieces. Not going to be very useful, but hey, it's better than nothing. This time I don't have to, waste a few minutes of my time trying to smelt some wood to get charcoal, but instead we can save that. So let me keep running. I feel like now that it's night, it might be easier to spot a village because it'll be glowing off in the distance. I just have to make sure I don't get tricked by a lava source. And yeah, we're just gonna keep running. I don't think mobs spawn on ice. I feel like I should have looked that up, but we're gonna risk it for the biscuit. So just keeping my eyes peeled on the horizon. Stray's eyes are kind of creepy. They definitely glow more than I remember them glowing. Maybe it's either my chain or my texture pack, who knows. But they definitely do look a little creepy as I run around at night. And I don't want to get too close or else they're going to shoot me and I'm going to get stuck out here on the ice. But I think my original assumption that they don't spawn on ice is correct. I'm guessing that guy just waddled over a little bit. And you can hear him shooting at me. But luckily, I do have enough food to keep running for now. I don't know what it takes to find a village in this game. I know I've found 2 already, but I feel like, that's not enough. Usually you can go from village to village to village and eventually have, enough stuff to start off. Oh, what do I see over there? I think that's a broken portal. I'm going to go see if there's, any gold tools that I can use to help, boost my progression forwards. Because I want, have a snowball effect covering the snow area of just getting stuff and growing our wealth actually playing. Now, hopefully I don't get too close to the polar bear where he rages at me. Gotta find the chest. Looks like it's down there. And this stuff looks pretty good. Curse of Binding. I don't know if I want to put that on then. But there's quite a bit of stuff in that chest. But I think we're going to have to leave it here. I'm just going to keep running. In just one direction and seeing what I stumble upon. I do see some lights up on that hill. I can't quite tell what's back there. I hope it's not lava. I'm, truthfully wishing that it is a villager house. So let me waste another, 2 minutes of my time going up here. It's definitely a building of some sort. And what is it going to be? I feel like if it was a whole village, like I would see more. Is this just a single house? Oh, there's definitely more back here. Okay. And this village looks a little bit bigger than the last ones that I've stumbled upon. So, I'm going to leave this stuff here. I don't need a lectern at the moment. Once I make, a villager farm and start getting that stuff going, I feel like it'll be a little bit more useful. But for the time being, we're just going to leave it. Okay, got some food. I think I might just leave these behind because I don't want gold boots stuck on my feet forever and ever. That could just become like if I threw them on, that could be like my little claim to fame is wearing gold boots for the entire hardcore series. But I don't think I really want that to be my claim to fame. Got our second achievement too. We're making progress little by little. Does this guy have anything useful? Just more potatoes. I guess we did grab a broken helmet off that zombie I just killed. So a little bit more armor. A little bit more protection as we play this game. Got some ugly cows. More potatoes. Guess I got some wheat seeds as well. But yeah, this village definitely looked bigger as I was entering it than it does now. So we're just gonna keep running. I see another light way out there in the distance, so let's run towards that and see if that has any more luck and loot for us. I'm hoping to eventually make it out of this, snowy tundra, snowy mountains, whatever you want to call this area, because I feel like the snow is just annoying. Anytime I want to use my shovel, I gotta go through the snow and the dirt, and it just adds, extra bits of complication. But now that we've gotten over here, it just looks like lava. And I'm running out where there's a ton of mobs spawning. So this is going to be a tricky situation. I just got to get out of here. Got to dodge these arrows as they're being shot at me. And hopefully I can make it to the next morning and these mobs start burning up. Another thing that I hope for is to get out of this freaking biome. It is the most annoying thing ever. Just white. On and on. And not that I have anything against things that are white. But, I need some, diversity. Call me a college campus, because we need a little diversity. I'm not seeing anything too good down there. I don't want to get shot by this guy. He's got an enchanted bow as well. This is a little bit extra dangerous. But his aim sucks. It looks like it's his first day ever playing Minecraft, and he doesn't know how to aim his bow right. Maybe my strategy will just be to follow the river, although it looks like strays are on my river as well. And, aha, here we go. We're back on a river. No mobs in sight. I think we're doing good. You can see the moon slowly going down off in the distance as well, which means that I think this is going to be pretty successful. I think we'll make it through the night. We're looking good so far. Full hearts. Have a decent amount of food so that, if I get in a tricky situation, I think I'll be able to heal up. At least enough to get myself out of there. But the fact that this wall is all 2 blocks high means that I can't get out of here. I'm going to go ahead and grab a mushroom for later. Who knows? I might end up needing it. I feel like that's something I always do. Anytime I start a new Minecraft world, I'm just running around for the first, 2 days, trying to find a place that I like to build, and also collecting, whatever rare or interesting resources I stumble upon as I'm, running around. Now that we're back off the ice, there's plenty of monsters around us. I just want to get out of this forest. I want to get out of the snow, but especially out of the forest, because at least once I'm on like a open snowy area, I can see what's in front of me and not, accidentally run into a creeper like I did just a couple seconds ago. And I think I see a clearing up here. Now before it turns day, do we see any lights off in the distance that indicate a village being nearby? Oh, I looked at an Enderman and didn't even realize it. I'm so cooked. We gotta find some water fast. I think what I'm gonna try to do is run to this village here, place a couple blocks above my head, kill his Enderman, and wrap up the video. But you can definitely hear that he's mad at me. Behind me, running with a block. I might be cooked. This might be the end. Okay, let's make it into this. And he can't get me here. I think it's gonna be okay. And survive. But now that it's the next morning, I'm gonna call this video here. We're gonna be looting up this village next time that you jump on. Video should be up in just a couple of days, so stay tuned for more village raiding. Fitzgiggles out.